What is going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Jaden, welcome to the stream, brother. Sentinel, what is happening? I know I just went and got my coffee too. Delicious. There we go. Okay. Now, it's funny. Every time I started this, I think you'll be going for a title for sure. Faux show. Okay, what do we got going on here? We got this. That's nice. But every time I've got on here, I know the apparel event's going on. See, this is what happens. I'm like, oh, well, look, I see that. I see this. We could run through and do that. Bounties, see? That's the next target. Over there, okay. So like there's all these like little things going on. So we are going to go after that manhunt thing to finish it off. Because I just keep forgetting every single time.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
Every single time. They're coming. I wonder, can I do this quickly? Where'd they go? See, why are we chasing that guy down the road?
Civilians in distress. Access key detected. Guarding location nearby. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Why? I need them to come over here. I think it was because of my positioning.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles. Incoming hostiles detected.
Nope, now it's going to be every time? Okay.
Hostage held is hostages. All hostages are deceased. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Yeah, I think, and don't quote me, but I think you'll be going for the European title in the next episode. In our next episodic adventures.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
Oh, yeah, I started putting together the next episode. I'm pretty sure, but you know, things change sometimes, and not because I'm making them change. Sometimes they change. On oopsies, like the computer changes it, and I just don't catch it. Gonna go knock this out. Then we're gonna go knock out whatever. Yeah, you know, this is the thing. Everybody's like, "I change everything." So you change stuff, and then that happens. Like
Friendly control point nearby.
now, you start getting purple gear on rogues when you're on heroic. Your map's on heroic, and you're getting purple gear on the last rogue you kill.
hostiles detected. Access key detected.
Went a lot smoother than normal.
Friendly combatants detected.
What is going on with that? Hey, what's going on, Bama? Welcome to the stream, brother. Okay, let's go bounties. We're right over here. Hotel 2, coming for you, buddy. Look at all these guys. I saw that knife go flying past my head there, guy. Not cool. Where is my thing at? Oh, he's still back there jacking things up. What? That's weird. My watch just said boop, 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 for some reason. A line pointed to something, and I don't think it was that. Maybe it was. Oh. Open world box. It's kind of amazing, like, if you don't fast travel, the things you can get into. What's going on, Paul? Welcome to the stream, brother. You guys been watching that? I don't know. Controversy is a strong word. I don't think it's controversy. dumbness, maybe.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Where's the shotgunner? Is it really up there? Interesting. Surrounding the game Fable. How they made the character, the female character. Apparently they're making the female character ugly. Some people say it looks like a dude. Some people... But it's not from guys. Guys aren't like, oh... I'm seeing one thing up from a guy, to be fair. All of it's coming from women. And I have never really heard this like perspective or point of view. But I thought it was super interesting. The whole reason I'm bringing it up. I don't care. To be fair. You get tired of things getting shoved down our throats. But like, I don't really care. But I think we could do... That's on the other side. That's right there. Okay. So let's do this one. But most of the female gamers were like, we want to play attractive characters. And it's kind of like, dudes, like, you know, I don't have us all... Like, just think about this just on the wrestling game alone.
I wonder what's out there.
We're not running around with... You know, overweight or slightly overweight or out of shape or whatever. You know what I mean? Guys the same way. You know. Aesthetically pleasing. Like, however you want to say it, but attractive characters, right? Guys want to do the same thing. So do women. At least most of them. So yeah, I thought that was... I just thought that was pretty interesting. I just never really thought about it. Most of the time, the stuff you hear is like, they're objectifying women. But apparently, that's not like the majority. What's going on, Rowdy? Welcome to the stream, brother. That's not the majority of how people feel. Or how women feel. The majority of women, how women feel. From what I've seen.
Detected.
Now we can hit this bounty. We can do... Hit the bounty, then do the other thing that's sitting over there. Yeah, no, that's... Me too. They're video games. People typically, you know, I want the game to be realistic with attractive character. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Hold on a second. Oh no, we saved that. Perfect saps gun tires refill. Yeah, I used to really like that gun. So we'll keep that one. I don't, at some point, which is hilarious to me, like it got socially unacceptable to like attractive people. Just think about that for half a second.
Target is nearby.
How backwards the world has become. I like attractive people. What? What is this blasphemy? You've got to like ugly people. And you know what's funny about that? Like that statement is very that statement is very like open-ended because like what I find attractive or ugly, the next person doesn't, you know what I mean? But there's also probably a handsome standard and a beauty standard, you know, or most people find this or that attractive. So there's that too. Okay, here. Oh, I've never seen this. Look at this. You ever seen the snitch back here?
Wanna know where my pal is set up today?
I do.
This stuff won't sell itself.
Hostage situation nearby.
I've never seen the snitch down there though. Yeah, no, me too. I think that's why most of you tune in. I think what most people are feeling. I was gonna, like, hold on. I swear, I saw people up here. Wait a minute. What's going on down here? Are we going in? I knew it. I was going in the right way. Yeah. We're what are you doing, guy? Hold on. Yeah, look. The back way. I'm Batman. You might think that was a random thought, too. The whole on Batman thing. However, I've debated whether to start playing the Batman series. Like, I know, I say this all the time. I'm like, this game, that game, this game, and look at what I'm playing, The Division. I also just downloaded Batman. Again. Is that a grenade? Oh. I hope we don't kill him yet. There we go. Wait, what? Look at all these people. So we're back inside, doing it, going the way we would normally go now. Let's grab this. Let's grab that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking like the RDR. I'm almost getting to the point where I want to buy another PS3. It's not my PS3 even. Like, there's other things to play, but I think if I could get a PS3, I don't know. I've heard they're coming out with a PS3 emulator, and if that happens, that would be amazing. That would give you like modern day type technology. Then they don't always work the same, so I don't know.
Your target.
Yeah.
Target down. Good job.
Okay. You should probably work more on pulling the
Cleaning up
triggers
streets one bad guy at a
and
time.
less on talking
Nicely
guy.
done, Sheriff.
He's like, Agent, you're That was his famous last words. Agent, you're Oh, really? Okay. Is it a new word? Because I've heard that, and then they stopped it because of the colossal failure of the Grand Theft Auto. But now, with the resurgence of Red Dead Redemption 2, I've been waiting to hear if that would come back again. You know what I mean? What is going on, Digital? Welcome to the stream, brother. What glitches are you talking about, Sentinel? Okay, hold on. It said get to the Viewpoint Museum? But wouldn't it just be the Viewpoint?
Black Tusk may have interest.
So we gotta change this. Toggle the mission mode. Oh, got it. I bet you it's this. I bet you we have to do that. Yeah. Do this. And that. Yeah. Out over the hills and through the woods
Friendly control point
to the
nearby.
Viewpoint Museum we go. Oh, these guys, they didn't hear any of the shots?
Nobody's coming.
Nobody?
Fucker knows what he's doing.
Like when you guys say nobody, do you mean Mr. Nobody?
Eva's been through a lot. She was finally starting to open up. We need to get her back.
Yeah, I mean, maybe getting kidnapped will help her open up a little bit more. That makes sense. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, but that didn't happen overnight. So the thing that I find that helps out the most, if I'm gonna, like, if it's really gonna go well, I've got to pick something. And it's either like, you gotta have the gimmick, you gotta have something, even if it's only the color scheme. Like that's almost the lowest form of what you could have. You have to have the color scheme when you start making the attire. Wait a second, who's coming for me?
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Look at you, guy. Oh, don't. Oh, you did it. It's like, don't throw that grenade. Okay. Slow down there, overachiever. My turret is on another level. You know, I think the reason, like, I like this build so much, it's almost like when you get spoiled, it's like you have three people. It's like you're a one-man team, but you have three sources of firepower. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's one of those movies that one of those games that doesn't get old. The story doesn't get old. The story stays relevant. Even the story of Red Dead 1, you know, the weird part is the graphics aren't as good, right? But the story still holds up. The story still stands. All the innovative ideas they had still stands. You gotta think that's one of the first really well done open world games that's out there. Game that wasn't linear, game where, I mean, it wasn't exactly all totally, you know, whatever, but yeah, you gotta think about that, like, just the way that goes. No, not today, buddy. That's the other funny thing about all this woke stuff here lately, too. Like, you look at what happened to Bud Light, billions of dollars. You look at what happened to Target, billions of dollars. You look at what happened to Ben and Jerry's, billions of dollars. You look at what happened to all these, movies that have been coming out, billions of dollars. Like, it just, you would think that people would be like, hey, I think, especially like entertainment and products, they don't want politics in it. They don't want all the gender identity dumb shit in it. They don't want all the whatever. Like, they just don't want that. You would think if it was something that made you money, something that related to you like that people would be like, oh, let's stick to, providing great service. Let's stick to providing, whatever. Believe whatever you want to believe. I don't give a crap what you believe. But people just don't want to see that all the time anymore. I didn't go to the movies to be told, there's 97,000 different genders and growing every day. But if that's not my belief, then of course I'm not going to watch it, right? Well, if that's not your belief, then this movie's not for you. Well, that's dumb. That's dumb. I like all the money, all the different money with all the different people's beliefs. All the money spends the same exact way. So why wouldn't, speaking of inclusion, why wouldn't you want everybody's beliefs to be included? Or, and I'm just throwing it out there, why would you even bring it up? Doesn't even need to be brought up. Well, I don't
Hostile radio
want
intercepted.
to do that.
Eva, we need to move you. Hostiles incoming. Okay, but I haven't finished recording the show.
The show?
That almost sounds like Ava wants to... Like, maybe she wasn't exactly kidnapped. Oh, that's not good. Please don't shoot that again. You too. Sounds like there's people on my right. Ooh. This is an interesting little thing going on. Yeah, I've said this before. Don't give a crap what you want, but when the government starts backing you, that's when you got to be like, wait. I've had to change some of my thoughts because I'm like, the government is all in on this thing that I think I believe. And I've had to look at that because the one thing I know for a fact, the government has never done anything for the good of we the people. So if that's true, and then they back something, there's got to be a reason. Then what would be their reason for backing whatever they back? Could it be population control? Could be. Regardless of what it is, if they're backing me, I've got to rethink. I typically rethink my position. Doesn't mean I think the opposite of everything, but I think the opposite of most things, and different from everything. Most people don't get that. It's like saying you want gun control, but you also think we should defund the police. So you're telling me that you don't want guns in America unless the cops and government have them in their hands? And you're cool with that? One argument. One argument can't
Immediate medical assistance needed.
totally derail the other argument. You know what I'm saying? If it does, that's a problem. It means one of the arguments is wrong. Which one? I don't know. But I know one of them. Because they both can't be right. One of the ways of thinking is wrong. I was gonna say I can hear him running around. Is that my... What are you doing down there, guy? I'll explain some things. I think most people don't understand why we have the Second Amendment. It wasn't so we could hunt deer. That is such a stupid argument. It's so dumb. But it makes me laugh every time. It was to defend ourselves against a tyrannical government. So that we wouldn't be in the same place we were when we were in England. That we would have a way to defend we the people. And then we the people now trying to take away the right to defend ourselves against a government on the guise of, what do you need an assault rifle for? AR doesn't stand for assault rifle, by the way. But, yeah, I don't need an assault rifle to hunt a deer. That's just dumb. You're right. ready or not.
Someone get on that cannon. Got him where we want him. My arm is stuck. Shit.
Yeah. What?
Hey, Agent. Thanks for the rescue. Wally's bringing me back to the castle. I guess I'll see you at home.
This is weird. She doesn't seem hurt and she wasn't scared of them.
That's what I'm saying. It is weird. Is she Kelso's sister? Eva Garcia, remember that name. What is going on, Angel? Welcome to the stream, brother. Yes. Is that a thing where you kill that particular boss and you get an exotic weapon? Or is that just luck? It's a chameleon, so I'm going with luck. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, chameleon. They come and go. And got a named weapon as well. Nice. The problem with the chameleon, though, like, chameleon's a good gun and the idea of it's good. I think the values are too high, though. Like, to really get things going, 30 headshots, Grant. When are you up against an enemy? Enough enemies where you get 30 headshots. 75 body shots, 30 leg shots, you know what I mean? Yeah, I was going to ask you guys, how are you guys liking the AEW Fight Forever? Looks like a fun-ish type game. I wanted to do another wrestling show. Like I did one early, I wanted to do one later. But you got to let it, I've learned this one thing on this channel. You got to let it breathe. So today there's going to be another NWO reveal in our shorts at 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern, right? Our normal, when we would normally release it before. And I've learned, like every time I've been releasing them, even if it's at a weird time, and I think I've released one like every 2 days now. But the question is, and they never meant to release it to be the AEW Fight Forever. I know, I'm jumping around. What is this? What? Hey, can we stop with the... What are we doing here? Let's go back to caches. Okay, it didn't open. Let's open it. Ooh. That sounds serious. Yeah, but see, I don't think they made AEW Fight Forever. I don't think they made it to feel realistic. I don't think that was their point. I think their point was to go after like NWO versus WCW. That type of like Nintendo 64ish type feel. Because there's a lot of nostalgia with those games. There's a couple of WWE games that were that way too. But this is why I haven't bought it. Because you guys see what I do. You know what I mean? How I like playing games. And what we're doing right now... Hold on. Let's do this. Let's talk to Kelso's sister here.
It's good to be back home. Thanks for coming for me. You didn't have to. Well, hope to see you around. And don't forget to listen to my show. We've all got a job to do, and mine's a pretty sweet gig.
You guys are probably not going to believe what I'm about to say. My dog is on another level. Hey, stay covered up there, sweetie pants. There, stay covered up in your baggies. Take that out and love it in my baggies. Okay. You guys are probably not going to believe this because I just called her Kelso's sister. I could see why she wasn't scared if her passion is like doing shows like this and doing things like this. I could see why she wouldn't be scared and she would still be a good guy. But yeah, and they said they're going to fix the creation suite, and I think once they do, then they allow the game to where you can upload and download CAWs. Like, you can't make a bunch, like, you can only make the one CAW. You can only make one CAW that you're playing with, right? One created wrestler. Like, you could probably make more, but you can't add these created wrestlers back into storylines, can you? Like, you can't add them like I added 100 created wrestlers in our game. $725. Yeah, but can you put all 5 created wrestlers in the game together? Did I run all the
Detected from the control point
league
in proximity.
stuff? 10s. Oh, confusing hostiles. That's fun. Yeah, that's what I've heard. So that was the biggest reason I almost bought it this weekend, and then I was like, let me just read some of the things, and then that's what I heard. I haven't talked to anybody who actually played the game, so I was like, well, that I'm not down with either. I mean, if I could make a few people... The thing I can't believe, the thing that is just kind of mind-blowing to me is... They know... Where am I at? Okay, let's just think this through. Okay, here we go. The thing that blows my mind is they know what made 2K, you know, the 2K series so great. They know it was the creation suite. So to come out with a weak creation suite like that when it's been in development for this long, that's what where I also was like, I don't know. Looks like it's a fun game to play. But these were, oh,
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
okay. Oh, you can go upstairs now. Dark zone, okay. Specializations over here. Okay. He could do it like this, he could do it like that, like this, and like that. Cherry apple sodas like this, and like that. Okay. Wait, okay, so that was that. Okay, what is this over here? Projects. The pilot. Wow, they really got this stuff spread out. You don't really think about this, but think about this. You put some of this stuff up here and like, look, these guys are, you know, they're doing the things. There's a clinic, and they're doing the things. But the people up on top, doesn't look like there's going to be a roof. They got the radios playing, so.
Friendly control point nearby.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. We got. Oh, we got this again. Okay. So let's go here. If I can get away from that, we could take out the one, take out the Warhound convoy, take out the thing on the other side, then possibly like go up and take out the other thing.
Detected. Nearby location guarded by hostiles.
You can do this, and you can do that, and this and that, and this, and a little bit of that. What? Wait, what? Solid. Wrong gun.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Access key.
Oh, what was that? Hey, hey, look at it. The other thing is,
Detected hostile supply convoy, heavily armed.
oh, have we not?
Incoming hostiles detected.
Nope,
Detecting
every time.
additional
That's
hostile
weird.
contacts.
I didn't think it did that every time.
Heavily armed. Hostile supply convoy nearby. Incoming hostiles detected.
And a named mask. Punch drunk. Alright. Try to act a little bit excited about that. That's the
Rogue agent detected.
cool. Everybody get up. The rogue agent's this way. Typically, the rogue agent's right in here. Usually not here.
Detecting
Where?
Incoming hostiles detected. Serious trauma detected.
That's something I didn't think about. Hold on. Vendor closes. Let's do this. Yeah, I would like the multiple title entrance. After seeing them carry five titles to the ring, you know, I'm like, mm-hmm. Give me some of that, please.
Rogue artillery turret detected.
Oh, touche.
Hostile artillery turret detected. Rogue Mender Seeker Mine detected. Hostile Mender Seeker Mine detected. Vital signs critical.
They were very critical.
Hostile broadcast detected.
Hold on. I mean, we're this close, and but we got a bunch of the other stuff. So let's just jump back here, do the thing.
Always good to see you, Agent.
Okay. Donate all the junk. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now we jump back up here. Grab everything else that we need to grab. Jack Jing. Bada bing. Yeah, I was watching another guy's channel, LT the Goat, I think is the name of the channel. And good, they do things a little bit different. He's got I think they do all colleagues, at least the thing I was watching, but you know, he's on season 5, like episode 80 plus.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Except when they go into the commentary, like I don't do this. Like I do this in the morning because like I'm trying to be quiet, right? But you know, when they do, they're like, "Oh my God, it's complete pandemonium." You know what I mean? Which is fine. No, there's nothing wrong with any of it. However people do things. But the how I started doing the wrestling in the first place, this is literally how I've done wrestling my entire life. I just would leave the thing on and I would watch. You know, I wasn't making content, so. But yeah, I would put matches together. I would keep track of all the win-loss records. Now, we've done so many things, I haven't been able to keep up with that, to be fair.
Progress halted. Override required.
I wish I would be able to keep up with all that, but so far I have not been able to really keep up with all of it. Win-loss records. I will go through and I've got to catch up on the title structure and the title history, but win-loss record, that's a tough one. But there's stuff we definitely got to do for sure. Okay, we got to cut through here, but to do that, I am shocked they didn't destroy me right there. But yeah, so I gotta do that. But yeah, it's how I used to play. And so then when I set it up, this is the funny thing. G brought up, like, him and his buddies used to try to commentate and stuff. And I was like,
Nice of you to swing by.
that would be interesting, right? Optimal range? Nope. All blue, not even all the right ones. Explosive resistance, not bad. Armor, technically not bad. You could reroll health for whatever, but not the best. Punch drunk, no. Mechanical animal. Damage to armor, if you don't have one, this would be a good buy. Most of these gear pieces, all you have to do is find one good roll on them, because you can reroll the other one, right? If it's skills, it's always good.
I appreciate the
Friendly
listen.
combatants nearby.
But yeah, if you appreciate, like, I don't appreciate this. Like, I know what the business is, and I've known what the wrestling business is for a long time. I don't want to know that they've already scheduled Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, you know, in WrestleMania. You know what I mean? That I don't want to know.
Detected. From the control point in proximity.
That's awesome.
It's got to be the easiest one I've ever seen.
I wouldn't want to face off with a shooter like you.
Oh, you would not want to face off with a shooter like me. So, let's see here. Gone. Blah blah blee, blah blah blah, blah da dee da da. That's amore. Okay. Ooh. Hold on. Nope. They're both agitator slots? Yep.
Friendly supply convoy in proximity.
But yeah, so but what I want to know, like, I know that it's storylines, right? I know it's a business. I don't want to necessarily know what the storylines are because the most fun I had watching wrestling was guessing, like, what's gonna happen next. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, this guy could do this or that guy could do that or blahs. Not like. This thing right here could take us out quick. Oh, it's this one. I don't like this one. Yeah, so, like, I don't mind the fact that I know it's scripted, right? Very keen not to use the word fake, because it's not fake, but scripted, yes. But I don't want to know, like, the end of the storyline, you know, like, oh, Roman Reigns is fighting this guy and that guy. No, let me guess. That's the fun of wrestling. Like, all these guys that are like, oh, spoiler alert. I don't like it. It's probably why, like, if I watch wrestling, I watch it. If I don't, I don't. Like, I don't hardly care now because you kind of know everything that's going to happen. And then they're like, oh, but we could still shock you by not letting Cody Rhodes win this title and have the storyline go on for over a year. Attention span, not that great. That might have worked in the old days. I don't care for it. I don't like that kind of storytelling, you know what I mean? I mean, let's tell the story. Maybe it takes a month or 2 months or, you know, whatever it takes. Maybe there's an underlying part of the story that keeps, like, going on and on and on, but... But now Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns aren't even in the same same promotion, so like they could only fight at pay-per-views. Look at our group coming in. They're just like walking in all willy-nilly, like nothing's going down. Hey, march in formation, y'all, because we know how trained you are. Oh. Oh, look at this. I don't even think I realized this was up here. So yeah, love, you know, knowing about how the business works, but I don't need to know the day-to-day, like, oh my god, on Raw, yeah, this is going to happen, or that's going to happen, or oh, this is just setting up, for a fact, this is setting up a match between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. You know, they're going to break up the bloodline. Can you imagine not knowing that, and then all of a sudden, they break up the bloodline? Like, those were the days where, like, things were very cool. And then a big part of what made, you know, watching wrestling fun, because you didn't know, was you had to tune in.
Supply room access unlocked.
And so, that's why I do this with video games. That way I can write the storylines, I can do the things, I can watch the matches. I don't know what's going on. That's why I let the computer wrestle them. That's why I enjoy a lot of, like, what we do. I enjoy it more than I do real wrestling, to be fair. Then, you know, the people that are really in the streams a lot, you know, we are involved in those matches, you know what I mean? Which I think that makes it fun as well. Gotta jump back to the base, do the thing, and jump back over here. Yeah, I'm telling you, that was amazing. It was amazing, like, when Stone Cold and the NWO and all that stuff was going on. Oh, so cool. And a lot of people don't know. I'm like, I retell some of the stories, but I do it differently. You know, the NWO, at one point, they made the faction, and it wasn't supposed to be this way at first, but at one point, they were really going to turn the WCW into the New World Order. The whole, everyone. That's why the NWO got so big, like as far as its roster went, right? So they were gonna, the whole 9 yards. They ran a pay-per-view. They ran a pay-per-view event that it was all just the NWO, and it flopped. Because what made the NWO good is the fact that they were the bad guys, right? Coming in to take over, and the most realistic bad guys we've had. And it just flopped. Because it was just them wrestling themselves. Like, it just didn't work. But there was a way they could have gone to make it work. But they didn't go that way. And in retrospect, like, I would have probably did the same initial thing, you know what I mean, that they did. But then it flopped. I would have been like, okay. Got to switch this up. We got to come at this from a different angle. I can dig it. And then that's why this year I really tried to go out more and make sure that I've got the characters that I can. I can't upload them all, but all the ones that I can upload are uploaded. I typically don't do a good job keeping up on that. That way, if you guys have the game, you would then be able to go you know, download the characters, and then you could do the same thing at home if you wanted. Yeah, I love the WCW versus NWO game. What's crazy is the Monday Night Wars like set the standard for wrestling, but it set the standard for wrestling because of one move, and it was, even though WCW was winning the Monday Night Wars for a long, long time, both companies created the Monday Night Wars. The WWE product at the time was getting really stale. I wasn't even watching the wrestling at that time. WCW was like, you know, TNA really. Like, it was like early stuff, not really the best product. WWF was trying all these things and doing all these things, and they weren't really working. WCW, kind of the same thing, but they had Hogan. I don't see anybody here.
Let's get them! That's what's fun in here! Let's go, you! I'll set up my turret.
Why? Okay, there we go. I'm like, what the heck is happening? How did this guy shoot me through the wall? Guy standing behind me. So all this stuff is going on, And then Scott Hall, or Razor Ramon, goes to Vince McMahon and says, hey, you know, these guys over at WCW, they offered me this money, you know, it's kind of a big thing, and WCW had to do something of this nature where they were offering really more money than wrestlers were valued at, because they had to take some talent. Yeah, they had Hogan, but they needed more. They needed people for Hogan to fight. WWE at the time, or F at the time, was had Lex Luger. He was supposed to be the guy that was like gonna replace Hogan, All-American guy. It was like really Hulk Hogan Part 2 was supposed to be Lex Luger. So all this stuff is going on. On the very first, when they rebrand it and call it Monday Night Nitro, Lex Luger comes out on that show. And people are like, wait, what? Wasn't aware that he was going to leave because they were putting so much effort that the WWE, I mean, to be fair, they realized there's no way. This isn't the guy. Like, this is never going to work. All the stuff that they put in, all the time they put in, it wasn't working. So Lex Luger comes out. So that's something. A little while later, the thing with Scott Hall starts happening where, you know, Razor Ramon wants too much money. WCW is willing to pay him all this money. And so he tells one of his friends, because I don't know, you guys have to, if you don't know who the Clique is, it's Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Triple H, X-Pac, and Shawn Michaels. These guys are like friends in real life. Now look at this, friends in real life, and somehow D-Generation X and the NWO, those two factions, the real people behind those factions are known as the Clique. Like, it wasn't a weird coincidence that the NWO starts, you know, taking off popularity-wise, and then all of a sudden they have D-Generation X takes off. But the reason the NWO and the Monday Night War start and end up being so successful is because when Scott Hall came over, he told Kevin Nash, same thing, hey, these guys won't pay me dumb money. Scott Hall's brokering the deal between Kevin Nash and the WCW. They come in with this idea of like, hey, they never said that they were from the WWE when they first came over. They just said the other guys. WWE ends up suing them. They get all this heat, but the damage is done. Like, all of a sudden now, it looks like a real shoot. Like, it looks like something real that's happening in wrestling. And people are tuning in. Like, now things are going crazy. All of a sudden, WCW, they have legitimate names. But now it looks like the WWE is really invading the WCW. Like, it looks like, hey, this is really going down. This is happening on the downtowns. So they're like, hey, we need a third guy for this NWO thing, and then Hogan turns heel. Now they're telling Hogan, they're like, hey, you can't be, like, yeah, we need you to turn heel, but like, this has got to be realistic. And if you ever watch Hogan, nothing ever looks realistic with him. It's still like, what you gonna do, brother? All the Hulkamaniacs out there. But oddly, it ends up working. It was like just enough funny Hoganisms and the realism of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. And I'm not saying that Degeneration X is a ripoff of the NWO. What I'm saying is, I believe all 5 of those guys had the idea to form a faction of that nature, and it was supposed to be those 5 forming the faction. But when 2 of them left, and then the 3rd was over there already, they started it halfway, and then the other 2 started it on the other side. Starts these Monday Night Wars where it's just things are crazy. DX shows up outside the one of the arenas. Doesn't go in, like doesn't you like you don't see it in Monday Night the WCW guys. They don't even mention it, but on WWE, like it's all over the place, and it was probably highly staged, right? Yeah. Then Angel, exactly right. But see, when they reversed that angle, everybody already knew that the WWE had bought out WCW. Like that was already out there. So it wasn't shocking. I think they really screwed that up. If it was me, and who knows what was going on with the TV deals at the time, but if it was me, I would have tried to keep them separated. I would have stayed with the angle that Shane McMahon took over, and he bought out the WCW to edge out his dad, and I would have kept them as separate products that then invade each other, where you're going to see a couple wrestlers showing up, and then the other guy's mad, oh, you can't do that. And then eventually having like maybe 3 or 4 pay-per-views a year where they come together, where it's WCW versus WWE, where really you're breaking the 4th wall, you know what I mean? But that would have kept people guessing enough to where, they don't exactly know, hey, is this really going down like this? Like, it looks like Shane, and I would have kept it quiet. It looks like Shane, like, screwed over his dad and stole the WCW out from underneath them. And then you could have did a thing where, Stephanie took over ECW, or however you wanted to go. You could even have flip-flopped it. Stephanie, edged out her dad, and Shane McMahon took over the ECW, and now you still have the 3 promotions running on all these different networks, except now you've got competing products competing with yourself.
Anything I can do for you?
That's what I mean, and that's the problem. So, you do it the way I'm talking about doing it. You keep the you keep it looking like, hey, there's still competing products. You still have this and that. You're still like high tides raise all ships, right? You have these guys. You could have been writing stories like where, like, the biggest name in wrestling got stole by WCW, and they paid him more money. They put him on a 1-year deal, and now Steve Austin is in the WCW. Because at the end of the day, what the hell do you care? It's all your product, right? But then that would have been huge. Oh, Stephanie got one over on her dad, or Shane got one over on his dad. You know what I mean? Could have had all these things going on the entire time. But instead, you monopolize the product. Product does well for another couple years, for sure. But then the product starts to dry up, you know what I mean? Like, now you're not producing all these stars. And, like, just to be fair, you look at the WCW, they did produce stars. Everybody accuses them of just stealing all the stars. No, they did produce stars. Your Ric Flairs, your Stings, they took Lex Luger to the next level. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, yeah, I mean, it's like they both created themselves. Hogan, no. But there's others like Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero. Like, yeah, some of them come from ECW, but they weren't really known there. You know what I mean? I would have never had the draft. So I would have created still an NXT league where you've got that, and I would draft off of that. To this day, I would do that. I wouldn't draft the way they draft. It's dumb. What they do now is dumb. It's dumb. I can't even stress how dumb that is. It doesn't make any sense. We're used to the draft, right? Like, but the NFL type draft system where people come out of college, they get drafted into the pros. Once you get drafted, you're not getting drafted again. So if every year they held a draft where like your NXT talent could come out and get drafted, and you have like 3 rounds per promotion, because that's 9. The thing about that, that's 9 wrestlers. That's a lot of wrestlers. Like, how many NXT people really come out of NXT every year? Probably not 9. But where you do that, now you've got your own like indie style league that's doing the thing and helping wrestlers get the airtime or the wrestling time, the ring time that they need to become better wrestlers, produce better products, be better storytellers, and then you draft it that way. I'm in, right? But mixing up the both rosters every year. Oh, we're drafting the rosters. You can easily make that and do that off of contracts. Like Cody Rhodes' contract is up, and SmackDown's trying to sign him now, or ECW or WCW, or however you want to set it up. What's funny about all of it, they could bring it all back right now. They could say right now, very, very easily, Stephanie's had it, but while she was chairman, she did something, and now she has the rights to WCW, and she could start up her own WCW programming. And in doing so, she stole these wrestlers, or got these wrestlers, or did this with these wrestlers. Yeah, they could always be traded. Like, that should always be a thing. Like, the superstars could always be traded. They could be traded for draft picks. They could be doing whatever. Like, they own them, run it like a team. The same way. Just they're not up for draft again. They're not eligible to be drafted once they're drafted. You know what I mean? So, yeah, once you're drafted, you're drafted. That's just it. You're on that promotion. You sign your contract. Some people are signing 2 years, some maybe 1 year contracts. And they sign their contracts, and then they could always be traded, but that's how you get off, like the show that you're on. Where's this thing at? There. But yeah, that kind of stuff I'm down for. Like, and then you get drafted off of NXT. I'm down with the sickness, you know what I mean? And I'd do a draft every year. But the one thing you'd have to do is, like, if you had 3 promotions, I'd probably go 2 draft slots. That's 6 people. But you could draft tag teams just the same way. So maybe you get more. Maybe they draft Katana Chance and Caden Carter. That's 1 draft pick. You're allowed to draft 1 established tag team every year. And there's ways to do it, but like the way they do it now, just like for the normal fans, baseball, football, anybody that's a fan of anything, it just doesn't make sense. Oh, now everybody's eligible for the draft. Roman Reigns drafted first. Oh, shut up. And then the way they do the draft, like just all of it just doesn't make sense to me. And it's such a great opportunity that they have to make it into something for real. Then you could say things like, you know, Braun Breaker was the #1 draft pick, you know, back in whenever. But you can't even really do that now, you know what I mean? So that's like the tough thing. Yeah, treat like the indies. So yeah, like college to pro process. See, this I'm in now. You can every March or every, you know, whatever, January or December, whatever it is, like, you know, you can pump it up. If you're dropping your game in March, right? You're going to want to do this. Like, you're going to want to have your draft probably then in September. September be the big draft day. That way you can make sure all that stuff gets into the game. Since I say it takes that long, you know, there's just a way to make your products and stuff flow together, but you got to do it. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today. God, what a lot of fun we had today. Like, we talked about all kinds of stuff. We even had some political stuff in there, so I don't talk a lot about that. But you know, we got to talk a lot about wrestling and some histories and some. I always love doing that. But yeah, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live. We even got to talk a little division today, and share the video. While we were playing, we got to talk a little division. How cool is that, right? And we will catch all of you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, I like that idea too, Angel. That's a good one. Yeah, we'll expand on that.